Full and happy, I decided to take a stroll to walk off my meal. But it seems to be quite difficult to do slow and relaxing in Rostov-on-Don, even if you're a kid.
Well, this is not a scene you see every day. Children, fast cars, and the occasional deadly weapon. I think better see what's going on. Get him away.
Hi, so what are you guys doing here?
Here, the children's film studio is preparing for the shootings.
Stunt school for kids.
The children here are all budding actors and daredevils. Galina and her partners have trained more than 300 children in the past 2 years. And they've got some pretty serious skills behind the wheel, even if they do need to sit on a cushion.
I didn't get my license till I was 23. Dasha can barely reach the pedals. And now we're going to do some stunt riding. Okay, I'm not scared, honestly.
But with the voice of her father and head trainer Alexei on the radio, Dasha is in full control of the car. And she's got the movie star look, too.
My father started teaching me since I was 8. He told me that I could already drive a little bit and started to teach me the police turn.
So, could I take on an 11-year-old with my driving skills?
My very own stunt lesson from the school's finest teacher. Let's do this.
Press the brake pedal and switch to reverse. First brakes. Now step on it and drive backwards. Then you spin the wheel to the left. You have to be very quick.
Wish me luck.
There were a couple of less than perfect attempts, but I was confident of becoming a qualified getaway driver.
Woohoo! You'll never take me alive, copper!
After all, with such an expert instructor, how could I not succeed?
Now, that might not be in the driver's handbook, but that's a hell of a lot of fun. Well, thank you, teacher. A very good lesson. Ladies and gentlemen, coming soon to a cinema near you, Dasha. Watch out for this one.
But not every girl grows up wanting to be a racing driver here. And in Rostov's beauty trade, business is also booming. Image Elite have been based here for 20 years, and they've got nearly 300 models on the books. In the past 10 years, they've produced 1 Miss Universe, 3 Miss Russias, and in 2009, 1 Mrs. World. Victoria Radachinskaya won the title in Thailand, and the phone's not stopped ringing since. She's married with an 8-year-old son, and it seems that all this new attention has been keeping her away for too long from the men in her life.
My husband understands me, but he has told me I should take a rest from the people who have been displaying so much interest in me. I think he just wants me home again.
But Victoria's husband's loss is Image Elite's gain, and when she's not waiting for her close-ups, she's inspiring the next generation of Rostov models. Victoria says the agency doubles as a finishing school, and that the girls are taught etiquette, acting and performance skills to enhance their turns on the catwalk. Which definitely helps if your dress weighs more than you do.
Softer, softer, please.
The girls were preparing for Fashion Friday, a performance at the local hotel where they show off some of the latest designs. It's a chance to gain experience on a real stage, and each one took the catwalk by storm. And to finish, they were joined by a couple of local celebrities, including the worryingly gorgeous Grandma Universe, and of course, Victoria herself.
This is Victoria doing what she does best. But you've got to admit, she pretty much redefines the phrase yummy mummy, doesn't she?
Let's congratulate once again Rostov's pretty woman, Victoria Radochinskaya.
My time in Rostov was almost up, but there was one place I had to see before I left, and it's tied in with one of the most important periods in the region's history.
Самый для нас ценный экспонат нашей коллекции — это Т-6 «Тигр».
This is our most valuable item. It's a T6 Tiger. The Germans first used it in fighting here at Rostov. It weighs 56 tons. This tank frightened our soldiers very much.
Ivan is the owner of Rostov's Museum of Military History, and he's collected a huge selection of World War II memorabilia and vehicles. It's a real labour of love for him and a group of dedicated friends. Rostov played a huge part in the Second World War. It was occupied twice and was the scene of some intense fighting. The second time, it took the defenders 7 months to force the Germans out.
All these machines are assembled by military enthusiasts. These guys put together the tanks from parts that have been found discarded on the battlefields. They come here to do the job on their days off. They restore tanks to their original look using drawings. It's very painstaking work.
Almost all of the vehicles are in working order, and they're used in film and television recreations.
It belongs to the division that fought near Rostov. People wrote some inscriptions here. And here's the number and some stars.
Patriotic slogans. To Berlin.
This is a Soviet light tank, and it may be easy to maneuver, but it's definitely not easy to get into.
It's small, smoky and incredibly loud. You get the feeling of what it must have been like to actually be a Red Army soldier in this.
And once you're crammed inside, you get an idea of how terrifying it would have been to have to drive this towards the enemy.
Wow!
But you shut yourself in one of these, and it's almost like you're back in World War II. Private Brownov was suddenly in the thick of the action, but fortunately I wasn't taking on the might of the German army alone. We even had sailors fighting for us on the battlefield. And even though we lost a few brave men along the way, the enemy never stood a chance. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever had such an adrenaline-fueled week in my life. Rostov is a city that's going places, a town